Now we have some Disney stuff that scare me. First off, the evil queen's hag form from Snow White. I don't even think I was scared of this when I was little, but now, when I look at it, it's just scary. I also find scary the scene where Cinderella's dress gets ruined by her evil stepsisters. And Lady Tremaine herself is scary. Like, remember that scene where she's, like, staring at her with those creepy eyes? Like, when she's about to lock her in her room? That was too scary, though. I actually had a camcorder and made a video where I showed her making that creepy stare, and I was, like, screaming in that video. If I ever find the SD card for that, I'll probably definitely show you that. But, yeah. The Indian chief in Peter Pan. I'm not being racist, but he just scared the hell out of me when I was little. How big he was, how his, like, big booming voice was like, "Oh, that was like he was like so scary." I'm sorry, but he was so scary. Maybe that's why he didn't appear in the sequel. Cruella's psycho face during the chase scene in 101 Dalmatians. Just that scene. In other scenes, I think she's kind of hot. I'm just saying. But in that one scene, she's like so scary though. Oh jeez, this one is based on a show called Tailspin that I just watched recently. Some episodes where Rebecca doesn't appear. I kind of liked her. She was kind of hot, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Madame Medusa in the original Rescuers. I hadn't seen that film in a while, but all I remember is that she was scary as hell. I don't know what was more scarier, her or Aunt Fig from Tom and Jerry the movie, but yeah. I remember watching some VHS openings of some Winnie the Pooh videos, and some of them, there was this big voice that said, "Walt Disney presents," and that was kind of scary, though. I don't know. The whole later half of The Fox and the Hound, you know, the whole part of the film, the whole second half of the film where Todd and Copper are like adults and they hate each other. That was pretty freaky, though. But yeah. This one I don't really think is that scary, but it's when, what's his name? Like, Judge Doom, I think. It's when he reveals that he was the one who killed Eddie's brother in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked just like this! That was so scary. Some King Triton's freakouts in the Little Mermaid films, they were just too much for me. Hocus Pocus, the whole film was so scary, though, because it sucked. I'm just saying. The Beast's introduction in Beauty and the Beast was just so freaky, though. I would say there might be something scary about the Aladdin films, but I can't really think of it. I mean, Iago, because he's voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. Also, there's one bad guy in the third film, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. He was kind of freaky, because he was voiced by freaking Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. And Lumiere might have been kind of creepy, but he was never a bad guy. Tin Toy, that was a pretty freaky Pixar short film. I still have it on two different home videos. I have it on Pixar short... I actually have 3 videos of this. I have a Pixar short film compilation on VHS, a short film compilation on DVD, and I have the just it separately as a bonus feature on the Toy Story VHS. So yeah. The whole Cocoam scene in Pocahontas was just too much for me. Yeah, you know, where he's like sneaking up from behind the bushes and he just screams, and yeah, that was too scary though. Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame was kind of freaky. I hadn't seen the whole film yet, at least. I remember seeing parts of the film, but not the whole thing. But yeah. There's one scene in Pocahontas 2 where Radcliffe is about to shoot John Smith with an actual gun. There's something else involving guns that we'll talk about later. Just saying. Stinky Pete, after they reveal, after they reveal that Stinky Pete is like a bad guy, they reveal that he actually can come out of his box, apparently, in Toy Story 2. He was just so freaky, though. Yeah, he really is Stinky Pete. I mean, he's not Pete from the Mickey Mouse cartoons, but yeah. Oh god, when Sully started roaring, the Sully's roar in that one scene when he like scares Boo, that was too frightening though. Yeah, and not only that, Shrek's roar from Shrek was also pretty scary. Yeah, no, seriously, that was so scary when he's like roaring at those villagers. That was just too much for me. This next one's involving Halloween Town 2. This freaky mask scene where this guy who's like Calabar's son, he like puts this curse on like everyone like in this prom thing, or all wearing like masks and costumes. He like turns them all into like freaky monsters. That was so scary though. Cartoon Lizzie McGuire. Yeah, on Lizzie McGuire where there's like a cartoon Lizzie like talking about some stuff. That was actually kind of freaky. His next two from Brother Bear. The one part where Sitka dies. That was too much for me. He died so early in the film. But yeah. I mean, I would include Bambi's mom's death on here, but I never watched Bambi, so yeah. When everyone tried to kill Kenai, like when he was a bear and like who's trying to like tell everyone that he was like, and everyone was like trying to kill him. I think they also did the same thing in the sequel as well. But yeah. This is from the Santa Claus 2, where there's like this weird like Robo-Santa or something. He was pretty freaky, though. I wasn't going to include him on the list, but yeah. Well, here's this one from Halloween Town High, which is Halloween Town 3, where like Grandma's like eyes like start popping out of her head. That was like so scary as hell. Part where like Syndrome freaks out. He's like, "My name is not Buddy." Yeah, that film was like so weird though. Like yeah, there's something scary in like Up, but I didn't really want to include it on the list. But I just want to say that right now. There's one episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody called The Ghost of Sweet 613. That was a pretty freaky episode though, especially the ending. When Mickey snaps at Pluto in Twice Upon a Christmas, you know, when like Pluto like ruins everything. That was like so freaky. That was a sad like part of the film, because it was just like the Gary Come Home episode of SpongeBob. Where's Gary or whatever. The transformation scene in the 2006 version of the Shaggy Dog. You know, the part where he like gets bitten and we see like the inside of his body, and it was just so disturbing though. But yeah. Hannah Montana. I'm just saying, Hannah Montana freaks the hell out of me. It's one part from the Santa Claus 3 where like she's like, "Dude, chill." And Jack Frost is like, "I invented chill." That was pretty freaky. That loud monkey from Toy Story 3 was pretty scary, though. But Toy Story 3 is the worst thing ever. It was too sad, though. Mother Gothel in Tangled was kind of freaky, but only at the end when she, like, kidnaps Flynn and Rapunzel, and yeah. And yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah. Hans from Frozen is kind of freaky, just saying. I'm not saying I like these two films, I'm just saying that they're kind of freaky. The fact that there are 4 Toy Story films, I'm actually going to see the 4th Toy Story film sometime either this week or next week. I'm actually going to see it sometime soon. Okay, now here's some non-Disney ones, but I don't know. First off, I didn't really include this on the list, but I might as well talk about it right now. There's one part where freaking, like, the King and Muzzy gets, like, sucked into the computer. That was, like, pretty freaky, though, and Korvax was, like, trying to think of something to do, so he just ran away. Rothbart from the Swan Princess was pretty freaky. No, I keep having so many dreams about him, though. I made a fanfiction about him, which even some of my fanfictions scare me. All the CGI Swan Princess sequels. Just no. It's some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm so sorry, for anyone who actually likes those for some odd reason, but no. Geez, these next two are from Anastasia. No, not Cinderella's stepsister, but Anastasia from, like, the movie Anastasia. Like, the one where she has a nightmare and stuff and she starts sleepwalking, that was pretty scary. There's one part where she just slaps Dimitri in the face. I mean, it wasn't scary, but it was just shocking that she would do that. It kind of cracked me up. But yeah. Steele from Balto's kind of scary, though. I mean, just look at him. Belladonna from An Old Dog's Christmas Carol was also kind of freaky when she was, like, trying to take over the world. Though, then again, she was defeated by Snow, so yeah. There's one part in, what's it called? Stuart Little where, what's his name, is like, say goodnight, Tinkerbell. He was, like, the bad guy or something. That was, like, kind of freaky. Falcon in the second film was sort of freaky, but I don't know. I mean, he's played by James Woods, and he does a more sinister voice, unlike Hades from Hercules. So, yeah. But, yeah. The nail gun scene in Mouse Hunt was pretty freaky. It was, like, major jump scare, practically. That's not even a kid's film. What do you mean? Any scene in kids' films involving guns. Just want to say that right now. Because guns are wrong. Ugh. The baby son screaming on Teletubbies. Only sometimes does screams scare me. Just saying. So, yeah. Like, sometimes, like, in the original version of the walking dance and seesaw, like, right in the middle. Or on the Dance with the Teletubbies video at the end of the jumping dance. That was kind of freaky as well. Now, I do have time to talk about some stuff, but not enough time to talk about the rest of the stuff on here. So I'm going to do, like, one more part.